So, they're currently attacking me for my jacket, and it's a decent opportunity to discuss how people judge the poor so much more harshly than they would ever judge themselves. Now, the backstory with my jacket, because it is a nice jacket. I'll show you guys. I'll make another video after this one that I'll add in that'll show me wearing it. It's a North Face. It's got two parts. It's both a raincoat and a winter jacket. Like the winter jacket part is insulated to hold in body heat. It's puffy. And then there's an outer side that can be disconnected or connected that is a rain slicker that has a hood. I love it. It's pink. So, the reason I own this jacket, in 2019, my friend gave me a truck to live in. That winter, Superman, Hollywood Superman died. He was trying to retrieve clothes from a donation bin. It was cold, and he was trying to get himself something warm. And he died. He asphyxiated, head down, as some homeless people will tend to do sometimes, trying to get clothes. I panicked a little bit. I got a little bit upset. I knew Hollywood Superman. Not well, but I knew him because I was out in Hollywood. I was out there for a while. I was a minion. I was dressed as a couple of different characters, trying to make money out there. So I met all of those people out there. And the idea that he did all of this and so many people knew and loved him and he still froze to death or died trying to stay warm, it terrified me. And so I was talking to my friend about this and he said, "Well, I have $200 that I want to give you for clothes, just specifically for winter clothes to make sure you're okay." And then he sent his friend to come and pick me up and take me to the store and buy the clothes. Now, I wanted to go to Goodwill. I thought $200 is a lot of money. I could get a ton of items from Goodwill. We wouldn't even have to spend that much. And she didn't want to go to Goodwill. She chose the store we went to, and it was the North Face store. And I went in and I looked at price tags and I wanted to walk right back out. And she stopped me and she said, "We're just going to go to another expensive store after this one. We're not going to a cheap store. You're not going to find anything with me that is cheap. So you might as well just pick what you want." So what I picked was on sale. It did cost $200, but it was drastically reduced on sale. It was, I think originally around 300 or 350. And I was happy with it. I liked it. It kept me warm. But I was worried when they bought it for me that I would be judged for it. Because at the time I was still homeless. I was living in a truck. And I wondered how people would look at me if I was literally living in a truck and wearing a $200 jacket. And their response was, "Who cares? You're a human being and you need to be warm just like them. You need to be warm more than them because they have more options for warmth than you do." I used to sleep in that jacket because it was warm. And it is expensive and it makes me feel bad. Every time I wear it out, I wonder if people are going to judge me based upon the expensiveness of that one item. And it's the only item I own that cost any money. They've been putting me down for that Hannah Montana plug and play I bought last month. That cost $1. All of my clothes I buy at Goodwill on Dollar Day. I won't spend more than $5 on an article of clothing. The most expensive clothing item I have that I bought for myself is my steel-toed boots. And those cost $25, and I've had them for 3 years. and I'll have them for another 3 years. Because I don't spend money on things that are important. I'm afraid of how people will look at me if I spend money on things like clothes. But in my comments now, they keep bringing up that $200 jacket and how I don't have the right to ever ask for help for anything again because I own a $200 jacket. It's getting cold here in Los Angeles, and I need my jacket. What I don't need is to feel bad for owning that jacket, to feel guilty that I once had a friend who had money and wanted to keep me warm. When you're homeless, when you're in government assistance, when you're poor, people look at you and they think that you can survive off bread and water. When they themselves would never survive off of bread and water. But you're not them. And so to them, you're not worthy of flavor. You're not worthy of actual nutrition or warmth or love because you're not them. You're less than them because you don't have as much money. They judge me for drinking. A 6-pack of beer lasted me an entire week last month. At 37 years old, I allowed myself to have a beer a night in a week that I was emotionally torn up. I don't often drink anymore, but sometimes I do fall off the wagon. And I try to keep it low. As a matter of fact, the reason I bought the 6-pack was because I decided I control myself better when I just have a 6-pack of beer rather than a big bottle of liquor. I can control how much I drink better. I'm 37 years old. It shouldn't be a problem at all for me to have an alcoholic beverage once in a while. But it is because I'm poor. Just like the fact that I smoke marijuana in California. This is something that everybody else in California is allowed to do without fear of being ridiculed. Even the homeless. The fact that I have to do anything I can to survive. Being in a Section 8 apartment doesn't mean that I suddenly have more money than I had when I was homeless. That's what they think. They think that I'm getting thousands of dollars a month. The apartment is getting thousands of dollars a month. I never see that money. They don't understand. They see everything I get as coming directly from them. Well, it's government housing and we pay taxes, so we're paying for your home, so we get to decide. You know? Well, it's food stamps and we pay for those, so we get to decide. No, you don't. You really don't. But you will. Because you're slightly higher than the lower class. And narcissistic enough to beat down the lower class to make sure that they never rise above you in any aspect. I hate living this way. I hate feeling this way. I hate knowing that people are like this. That there are rich people who look down on the poor just for being poor. These people will spend their money on whatever they want and then put down a poor person for spending an extra dollar on something they want. These same people spent $160 to mail me a shovel. They're mad at me for wasting $1 on a Hannah Montana playset or $7 on a case of beer when they literally wasted over 100 to harass me. They waste money every day to harass people. But they can't allow somebody poorer than them to use money to survive if they decide that that person doesn't deserve what they've gotten because of their place in life. Alright, so here's my jacket that they're so angry about. And I was wrong. I said it was North Face, but it's a Columbia jacket. The insulation on the inside to keep me warm. And then this is the outer portion. Which is it's a rain slicker. It's got a hood. I've had it for about 3 years now, and it's still, I still use it every winter. And people judge me every winter because I'm poor and I shouldn't have anything this nice.